600 Elo, Low Elo Legends. And we've got some one-trick ponies. We'll talk about my opinion on someone picking the same civ all the time in just a moment. I've given my thoughts on that recently too. But in the blue, we have G. Why did I say blue? We have, in the red, G playing as the Goths. Okay? G. Goths. It seems fitting. And then in the blue, we have Christian Unken playing as the Burgundians. Also a player that has only played with this civ. I looked back about 20 or so games. Every single game, Burgundians for Christian. G actually has about 300. Only Goths. So it begs the question, how are they going to play these civilizations, right? Because if you play with the same civilization all the time, you probably figure out what works and what doesn't. And you might also have a certain way of playing. Like, not that it necessarily needs to fit what the civs are good at. Maybe these players have just found their sweet spot. Now, I think... What? Okay, sorry, I got a little sidetracked here. We have a mill 2 minutes in for G, who must know that Goths get Loom instantly, because Loom is already in, and must also know that Goths do more damage to Hunt. They also hold more Hunt. So that's a fantastic mill, believe it or not. You have the Zebra here, you have the Rhino, and you have the Elephants. I'm just more concerned about, this whole situation for Red. Okay, and that's been fixed. But yeah, I personally really like Random Civ. I think Random Civ games at higher levels, Random Civ for me when I play, is entertaining. But at the same time, if you can only put so much time into a game, or you really want to figure out a strategy and feel like you're making progress as a player, picking the same few civs or even the same civ all the time is completely understandable. There are some people out there who say that's boring or it's try hard, but I think fun is subjective and everyone should play the game how they want. Unless you're chopping straggler trees. If you're chopping straggler trees, everything I just said is incorrect. Why people still do this. Red, you have 200 wood, please. Just for my sake, don't sit here and chop straggler trees. You're walking long distances. You can make a lumber camp for that. And you probably need a little bit of food. I guess Red must not like what they look like. Ah, classic Low Elo Legends. Remember, G has 300 games. 7 villagers versus 11 right now. Every time I see Goths, I always say that Goths are the civilization that can bail you out of tough spots because their infantry is so cheap. And, I'm looking at this game right now. Christian has had a much better Dark Age. And since Christian is Burgundians, you can research your eco upgrades 1 age earlier. So we have 12 villagers versus 8. And we have the feudal age wood upgrade working for Christian already. Who, oddly enough, has found sheep with villagers multiple times here. I'm not sure what that's about. Happened earlier over here, now here. Oh, it's because the scout is auto-scouting. Wow, gotta love it at 600 Elo. Can't use the scout to bring in your sheep because your scout's auto-scouting, but so we just use the villagers instead. Alright, sometimes I would judge a player's skill level based on their elephant, boar, or elephant lore. Let's see. What do we got here, Blue? Wheelbarrow in the Dark Age. You rarely see that. Okay. And Rhino going down. Wheelbarrow at 13 villagers is probably not super worth it. That's probably early, but no one else can research Wheelbarrow in the Dark Age, so props to you, Blue. Okay, Red. Still taking the Zebra out here with 3 villagers. We'll probably focus on the Rhinos and the Elephants later on. Red also realized that food was becoming a tough resource to find, so stop chopping the stragglers. Is now on the sheep. Also, we have not had the Red player win a single game in 4 hours of casting. Or wait, no. Has it been Blue? Wait a second. Yeah, we have not had the red color win. No. I take it back. Sorry, the red color has won every single game we've casted today. I had it backwards. And the exception was like the yellow player in the previous game got a win against Blue, but still very weird. Now, what's nice about Goths is that you get that loom instantly, so you can just research that. You don't need to stress about it too much. Sometimes you could stress about the timing. Just get it right away. It's fine. And I think otherwise, if you had 5 villagers even with loom, you probably would want to you'd want to hesitate attacking the elephant and attacking the rhino. But you kill it really quickly. So that mill is actually really good. Now, the timing on the mill was a little early. But overall, this is pretty good. And yeah, baby, we got a lumber camp and everything. All right, Red. I am not sure why you chose to walk past this wood line. But props to you for at least making a lumber camp. Maybe he wants the villagers to be far away from danger. 500 wood in the bank here for Blue. Who, trying to go to Blue's point of view here. Who's just still auto-scouting the map. Did place a mill here on the zebra. Like to see it. Could go Feudal Age here shortly, but is still just working in the Dark Age with some Feudal Age eco-technologies. Okay, and now Red is going to leave the mill and bring the rhino home. I feel like if the mill is there, you could just use it, but... Alright, choosing to do it like the pros now. We've got an interesting little house wall here from Red. Like this line of houses that go to the gold. If I had to guess, that's just going to continue as Red wants to use that gold as part of a wall. Is Red Scout asleep? Yes, it is, actually. Yes, it is. I swear it was auto-scouting a moment ago. Was this all manual scouting? Hey, are you bored? Shake your head no. This is great content. Ah, oh, damn it. Oh, okay. Gotta find a better, more reliable scout. Now, Goths can't stonewall, so in the back of Red's mind, he must be thinking, I need something that's beefy and tanky to keep myself protected. And I guess houses is the answer. You could only palisade wall. Palisades aren't very strong. You know what it might be? Red probably knows that you can drop off hunt at the mill. But I think Red is realizing that this is the time where the enemy can maybe start to make some army. But Red is worried about that. Neither player eating their fruit and veggies. Berries over here, still not collected. Berries over here, still not collected. So, their moms will not be happy. And this is just like so many vills on the elephant. Holy cow. You've got 15 vills over here. And you've got 16 vills over here. So, pretty insane. 20 villagers for Red. 21 for Blue. But let's see how the eco upgrades paid off here. Yeah, you can see a lot more wood and a little bit more food collected for Christian. Lord Aki, what's up? He says, after nearly 2 years of lurking, I've saved enough to be debt-free. And now I'm aiming for a non-potato PC so I can be a low elo legend. Then I subscribe as a thanks for all this, T90. Yo, Lord Aki, congratulations. 2 years is a long time. Congrats on that. Hey, get that PC. Actually, I think this is currently a really tough time to try. What the? Hold on, Lord Aki. I think Blue was trying to wall this off and then said, wait a second. We don't want to wall out our gold. That would be really bad. We need to protect our gold. That's the only explanation I have. By the way, Red Scout, not scouting the enemy, just kind of forgotten about here in the south. But yeah, hopefully buying a PC and a new setup and everything will be good for you. And happy gaming, my friend. Okay, what's the plan here with all these villagers, Blue? You currently have 15 villagers chopping the straggler trees. I know they don't look great. A lot of people just want to get rid of them. And you will get rid of them pretty quickly. We now have the Castle Age wood upgrade. This is how you should play Burgundians. I don't think it's worth saving for the farm upgrade. Having horse collar is already enough here, and I would just like to see Blue make a bunch of farms with all that wood. Because there is a point where even if your eco's been more efficient and you've just had villagers on wood, you know, with that efficiency, that maybe, just maybe, you're not going to be that far ahead because you do need to have food as well. Red has a lot of villagers queued. Red also has skirmishers queued up. Now, you might be thinking, well, T90, he knows that Blue is on golds, and Blue could make archers with that gold. That could be a good catch. And I'll bring up to you again the fact that Red has not moved out a single time this game. and that blue does not even have an archer range. So I'm not quite sure why we're seeing skirmishers, but when I first started playing the game, I thought skirmishers would always be stronger than archers because they throw a bigger weapon, you know? Like, I'd rather get an arrow to the chest than, like, a giant spear to the chest, which is essentially what they're throwing. Good job from both players, at least at this stage, because it has been rather slow. But good job from both players to keep their villagers pumping from the TC. As we see the farm upgrade, and we see handcart. So yeah, this is what I mean. If Blue didn't play Burgundians before and just randomed into Burgundians, Blue would not be playing Burgundians in this way. Unless he's a god at reading tech trees in the middle of the game. But because this player always plays Burgundians, Blue has a solid idea that you can do this. Now, I'm not really sure why we see a stone wall here. And everything on the more vulnerable areas are palisades. My challenge when I do Low Elo Legends is always to get into the mind of the player, guys. Can you help me here? There's got to be a low Elo logic on this. My guess is that it didn't dawn on Blue that he could make stone walls until now. Because, like, I think when he started walling, he was still in Dark Age. Oh, Red Scout is on the move. Okay, so Red Scout moved from the south to the north. And now is moving to the west. Oh, wait, you know what? I think Red doesn't know Auto Scout exists. Auto Scout is kind of a new thing, and you'd have to look and click it, right? My guess is Red doesn't know Auto Scout exists, so Red has to actually play the game instead of just click a button to have a very important mechanic happen for him. And Red also has 350 games. Blue has like 60 or 70. So Blue is struggling for balance. Blue went from having too much wood to not having enough wood. And from having none on gold to having 1,000 gold. Okay, now we see double stable for Blue. Who still doesn't want to take berries for some reason. But is going to farm. All right. We now have a villager for Red. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm thinking she goes to the golds. Red is doing what I call lawnmower scouting. If you've ever mowed the lawn, you just kind of go in a pattern. Just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I guess you could compare it to other things like shoveling snow. I don't know. I'm out of practice with shoveling snow, so I don't know if that's comparable. Wheelbarrow just now on the way. Let's check the resources because Blue has had those upgrades for a while. And it's almost as if Blue has gone a little overboard on the whole gold situation. G with more food and more wood here. Wow, crazy turn of events. Where is the lady going? Okay, she's currently trying to figure out why the plant is going off the edge of the map. She's staring at it. She's like, is that a weed? Are we supposed to... Should I spray that? Should I... Okay, and she just says, no, it's someone else's problem. By the way, when she walks, is there like... Does it look like she's in a puddle? Okay, why is there splashing? You see that? That's weird, man. I don't know if it rained out here in Arabia, but geez. Anyways, where's she going? Yep, called it. Mining camp. Red saw the gold. Said, I want that gold. That would be nice. Thank you very much. Also, Red is not taking the starting stone and is not taking the starting gold. Red is saying, let's take all the other resources first. Wait a second. Where are these villagers going? That's not dust. That is clearly a puddle. But enough people said dust where now I'm second guessing myself. Also, if I zoom in too far, it hurts my eyes. So I'm sorry if it does that to you guys. What's Blue up to? Adding more farming eco. Good, good, good. Has 2,000 golds and is now... Blue's like, just in case we chop the trees, we want to make sure we are still secure. So has a villager out here walling it up. And where are these vills going now? Yeah. Okay, they heard about the holy bush, but they are going to the gold. Got it. So Blue is making a bunch of counter units. Age of Empires 2 is really, really complicated because there are counters to counters. And also, truthfully, the tech tree doesn't explain things as well as it probably should. Even though it's significantly better than Age of Empires 4 tech tree right now, but that'll probably be fixed. The tech tree could be better for Age of Empires 2. And just the depth of knowledge you need to have for this game is just, it's a time thing. So if you're a beginner and you're thinking, well, you know what? Like, they're probably going to attack me because attacking is scary. You think, what can they attack me with? Oh, they could go Archer Rush. Boom, Skirmishers got it. Oh, they could go Scouts or Knights. Boom, Pikeman got it. Or Spearmen. That's really the logic here from Red. And it's not bad. But, you know, the Castle Age was delayed because of all of that. Also, Red loves to use these houses and buildings as part of a wall. But I'm concerned that there's a hole there. And Red doesn't see it because Red sees the grass and thinks it's a tree. Now, there's a chance there's a tree behind there, and I can't tell. Sometimes there could be, like, he tried to build there. You see this tree? I'm trying to double-click the trees to see if there's any of them here. I don't think there's anything there, so I think there was a hole between there. It's just hard to pick up. The reason Blue's score is so high is because of the scouting. Look at Blue's scouting. So Blue has 95% of the map scouted, about to be 100 because of auto scout. And 10% of the map scouted is 100 points in the score. Whereas Red has maybe 60% of the map scouted, so that makes up for some of the differences there. All right. Okay, so Red, I think, did notice the auto scout. I mean, the units attacked on their own. But I think Red saw that. And Red might also notice there's a hole there. Doink! Got him. First blood, baby. Meanwhile, Blue is going for Cavalier. And this could be a problem for our buddy Red. If Pikeman isn't in, and if the numbers aren't a little higher, this could be a problem. We'll see if Pikeman comes in. Also, the whole double archery range thing doesn't really suit the Goths. I'm not sure about that, but we do have a town center up here for Red, so he's thinking, if I lose my main base, I'll have an extra base. Yeah, Rajas, there are some images and there are some websites out there that kind of break down certain things. I think H2's tech tree does a really good job. Because, like, the other thing about anything new or anything that's trying to inform someone is you don't want to completely overwhelm someone. Now, I wish my high school teachers would have remembered this, but if you give someone too much information at the start where they already are lacking confidence, they might just get overwhelmed and shut down. Not that that ever happened to me. You know, that doesn't sound like anything that would have happened to me. I was a pretty studious kid. I don't know why Red's choosing to chop trees over here, but he is. So yeah, anyways, I think the Age of Empires 2 tech tree does a good job of giving, like, crucial information or like important information, but not making it too complex. Okay. What's the plan with these villas? They're going to go through the opening. Okay, now Red must know there's an opening there. It's not like Red is completely walled anyways. Oh my god. Blue has so many Cavalier. And it's going to make more stables when the other stables aren't even being used. Blue! I don't think you need 8 stables right now. I really don't. You're not producing. Alright, whatever. But he's like, but I will. I will produce out of them. That's why I need them. Alright. Am I the only one that when they play Goths just spams infantry since feudal? No, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Alright. 300 elo. I think what Red needs is a... Well, first off, Red needs Pikeman. He's prioritizing all the other upgrades right now, but needs Pikeman. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Red needs a castle. Now, Blue would benefit from a defensive castle as well, right? Because there's structure to this, and there's walls, and it just makes sense. Red's base is like... Red's base is just helter-skelter and all over. I think Red's whole thought process is, I can afford to lose some areas of my eco, but not all. So split everyone up, and then if they kill one group, we still have the other. Okay, we have 27 Cavalier in queue. So forgive me, we do actually have the resources being utilized now. And we have the upgrades coming in. Okay, Red is so dead. Red is so dead. Oh, jeez. In a 1v1 fight, a Knight or a Cavalier against a Pikeman will always win. So if you're going to have 30 or so Cavalier, there needs to be like 40 or so Pikemen. Remember, these are Cavalier available in Castle Age, so Blue knows Burgundians, because no other Civ can do that. But they only have 120 HP, because they don't get Bloodline. So it's the same HP as a Knight, but you have 12 base attack. That's the difference. Now, does Blue know where everything is? Not really. Last time Blue was over here, he saw stuff. Ah, but Red, why are we making archers, pal? Why are we making archers? Infantry, infantry, infantry. Archer armor. I mean, I guess there's more ranged units than melee units, so the archer armor actually makes sense. Expanding the farming eco, trying to get more food income. I like it. In some ways, the longer Blue waits, the worse this is for Red, but potentially the longer Blue waits, the worse it is for him. Because Red does have more villagers right now. Because archers are cute. Is that how you play the game? He's like, you know what? I shouldn't upgrade you, but you're cute, so I'll give you some upgrades. I could see that. Red, what's the scout up to at this point? Okay, sitting in the middle of the map. The only thing Red has seen from Blue this entire game is palisade walls and a barracks. Oh no. Oh no. You're just not gonna have the time. There's just no way. And this must feel so satisfying if you're Blue. Actually, I dig the playstyle, honestly. All in, lots of military. Not worrying about extra TCs or relics or anything like that. I dig it. And okay, just passing. Red just happens to click Pikeman. And they run right through the hole in the houses. The bell rings. But the bell is about to be unrung because the TC will go down. Rip. Well, those villagers aren't going to have jobs anymore because they're not going to have lives anymore. And just like that, Blue wrecks most of Red's economy. And now Red is going to abandon this area and he's going to run elsewhere. Is prepping some house walls to keep that area protected. These villagers are going up here to make staples. Is he playing anti-Goths? Is he trying to play Goths like every other civilization? I mean, we finally saw Pikeman, but he's making archers and knights. That'd be like if you're playing Britons and you made, actually, Britons have pretty good knights and pretty good infantry compared to other civs. Can't think of another example right now, but point is, I feel like the whole knight thing is a little... Oh, and a castle drop? Okay. Yeah, the whole knight thing is a little ambitious. Now, to be fair, Goths actually don't have bad knights. They get full upgrades in Castle Age. They actually get pretty good Cavalier and Imp as well. Blue has shown the power of 1 TC, and Red says, I'm not finished, and Red's just going to go to this corner now. So now it's like, will we potentially see the greatest comeback in Low Elo Legends of all time? Because I do not see how this game is ever winnable. Uh-oh. Blue sees the 1-vill! Dang, if this guy would have gone on a diet last week, he'd be thin enough where the enemy wouldn't spot him. Oh, jeez. He bulked too much, and here come the Cavalier. Wow, that is some insane awareness from Blue to see that. And the castle goes up now, so Blue's probably like, ooh, oh, I don't know if we can do anything about that. And here we have Red making Archer ranges and stables. I don't want to be rude, but red doesn't deserve to win this game with Goths. I mean, blue played super well. Of course, neither player was really pressuring the other until recently. But with Goths, you just can't play it like this, right? Remember, Goths don't have an eco bonus, guys. So a lot of civs have eco bonuses that makes up for their lack of options, or at least helps them to their options. Goths don't have an eco bonus, which makes them one of the worst civs unless you get their cheap infantry spam. If you eliminate Goths' cheap infantry, it's just bad. And red's not finished, people. For red, this is part of the game. Oh, the castle's gonna go down because there's no murder holes and because Cavalier is really strong against castles. Well, I don't exactly want to sit here and watch someone get defeated. I kind of feel like that's what we're going to see because red is continuing to try. Yeah, ripped that castle there. Well, it is pretty cute how red plays, you know, so I feel bad for him in that sense. It's very possible that red just doesn't know. You do have to question it a little bit because red has played 300 games. But maybe all those games, red just went for Goths because of the instant loom or something, you know? There could be other reasons. So I'm going to speed up now because we're behind live time, but I think this one is pretty over. Oh, man. Hey, and this will be the first red player that will lose a game today. After 5 hours, we finally have someone who is red losing the game. And like here, red's probably like, well, see, Pikeman don't work. What is this? It's because you don't have many of them. That's the problem. Yeah, what I would suggest if you're blue... Well, he's going to bring more cav over to take out the TC. What I would suggest is probably just go Imperial Age here. And then in the Imperial Age, you can research spies. Or you could make siege, but I mean, who needs siege when you've got all this working for you, right? Blue kind of throwing some cav away here. But I think he'll still... Oh, God. Guys, red is 30 vills. If he... no, it's not possible. I was going to say, if he keeps his vills alive and produces more in the corner, maybe he's got a chance. I don't think it's possible. Blue is... I think he was headed over here because he thought something might be over here. But now he didn't finish that off, so he's going to drop a castle here. Going to go finish off the TC. Red sees this. Red is a fighter. Red is a classic example of a player who will fight after they're dead. But before you start getting attacked, before you start losing vills, you don't really do too much, you know? I see that a lot. But what kicks players into high gear is getting attacked instead of trying to take any initiative. Okay, another TC for red. Come on, buddy. Thank God we're not at live time right now. We're just going to keep fast forwarding because I do want to finish out the game because sometimes some funny things can happen. But I also think that red should resign. Nah. To be fair, it is... Oh, it's 600 Evo. Oh, I thought it was 300. I said 300 earlier. To be fair, I feel like part of the fun when you're a noob is like trying to stay alive. Guys, wait a second. Guys, is it possible? I mean, I guess I should continue to play this. But if he can make... Okay, he rings the bell now. He's got full upgrades on pikes. And he's got like 30 of them now. Can he win this? He's killing vills. Red has the vill lead. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. 65 pop versus 61. What is happening? What the... I thought this game was over and red has the population lead. Are you kidding me? So he's got Pikeman spamming out of the barracks. He realizes they're super cheap all of a sudden. The TC has Bodkin, so it's actually helping in this engagement. The population's dead even. Red doesn't have his base anymore. If you ever wondered why people pick Goths all the time, this is it. Still, though, some of these Pikes are trickling in, so it's actually a decent fight for Blue. But surely Blue thought that this was game over a while ago, because I did. Still should be game over, to be honest, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe Goths can bring this back. I don't know what's happening. We are going to have a castle here from Blue, but all the Cavalier will go down, and Blue needs to go Imp. Now, there's the stubbornness to Red, where Red refused to give up, and Red relocated to the corners, okay? There's a stubbornness there. And that stubbornness is very much a part of Blue's personality as well. Because Blue, he refuses to make anything but the Cavalier, okay? Refuses to go Imp, right? Going up to Imp would be an amazing play. You could also make long swords. You could just make different units, but Blue didn't set out with 8 stables to make different units. Blue set out to make Cavalier, and win or lose, Blue's going to make Cavalier. And so here come the what? Okay, Red wanted stone and thought it would be wise to send the Vills to the middle of the map for the stone. Not really sure about that. It's one. But hey, 4 villagers make it there, so worth it, baby. Worth it. Hey, update on the starting scout, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. This guy's been untouched and is still very much alive and well. Okay, so what Blue has going for him is good defense. So Blue's got this castle here, which is a little awkward, but good defense. And then also this castle here. So there's no way for Red to really damage Blue's eco. But there is a way for Blue to damage Red's eco. What's interesting is Blue thinks that this is all Red has. I guarantee it. He does not know there's a side base. So this side base is crucial. And as the town bell rings, you're going to see the pikemen come over here to deal with this. However, the TC might go down first. The TC might go down first, which means Red will lose villagers, I think. Let's see if Red repairs it. Okay, doesn't repair it. Blue should run away. Wow, great job from Blue. This is what I mean. You can damage Red's eco because he has no fortifications. Blue is making petards. Oh, Blue. Are you toying with me? Are you toying with him? Are you trolling here, my friend? He's gonna make petards. It takes 5 petards to take out a town center. I don't know how many it takes to take out a barracks because it's really not something you see too frequently. But it's not about how you do it. It's about sending a message, apparently. And if that message is losing all your gold units, I think it will be well received. Oh, I can't watch. Tell me when it's over, chat. Okay, I hear no more noises. Okay, it's over. Blue ran away. Whew. The Castle Age stone mining upgrade is on the way for Red, which is like 300 wood or 250 wood and a bunch of food for 4 villagers. So Red wants a castle probably there. And not for the first time this game, Blue sells stone to get gold and is just going to queue up more Cavalier. Which just feels so risky to me. It feels so risky to me. Okay, Blue's trying to tempt these units back to the castle, which is really good thinking. Red's going to back away now. Yeah, well done there from Blue. You see that a lot in low elo. Now Red could turn around, though. So, guys, Red knows that pikemen are good now. So, in future games, if Red didn't know until this game, Red, I'm sure, will make pikemen a little earlier. 39 vills for both. There's a time for eco and there's a time for military. What is this game? Blue is as stubborn as a mule. And just wants to make Cavalier. But there's so many pikemen. Yeah. And that's the counter unit. And it's cost effective as well, right? Look at the gold count for Red. By the way, Red over here, focusing on his eco. He's going to get a monastery up and make a monk and then get fervor. Priorities. This pikeman, he's like the lead pike. Actually, no, that would not make him the lead pike. He's more like the grunt of the litter. The grunt of the litter. I think it's runt. But yeah, so he's there to tell the rest of the army when they can come out and fight. Here goes Blue. Oh, Blue's going to be sneaky here. Look at this. He's going to send units down here. He wants to go for the triple. Oh, God, look at it. Here come the Petards, too. Okay, 3-pronged attack, people, in Low Elo Legends. Let's go. Okay. All right. Okay, Petard's main army. Okay, here they come. It feels like such a waste of gold to make Petards against the barracks. They're not very good against military. Oh, okay, so he could actually, if he could take out 2 out of the 3 barracks, this would be really worth it. Okay, so now it comes down to if Red's current army is going to be enough. I wonder if Pikeman against Cavalier is going to be good. I wonder. I don't know, guys. Do Pikeman counter Cavalier? Are they cost effective? Yeah, they must be. How is Blue gonna lose this game? Don't tell me Red's gonna win this game. The starting scout is literally bumping its header against a tree. Red lost his entire base, and he's like, it's reboom, baby. He's gonna drop a castle for to protect his gold. We're gonna see barracks on this side as well. And what is Blue gonna do? Blue's gonna make more Cavalier. Something about the definition of insanity here, Blue. Christian, my friend. At what point will you realize that maybe, just maybe, Cavalier is not the way to do it? He's making more Petards. He's like, I just got to take out that damn barracks. If we get rid of the barracks, then there's no more pikemen, and then we win. Easy. I mean, pretty surely Blue is going to be completely out of gold. Blue has not collected any relics. I think Blue is starting to think that Red might... Oh my God. Okay, guys, this gets exciting because Blue probably felt like, how can he afford that many pikemen? And now found this. And Red knows he's been found. Now, Blue, I think, will send the next wave over here then. Cavalier is now down. And Red is sending his army over to protect the other side of the map. And please tell me he patrolled, because Blue's Cavalier could kill all the pikemen if they were commanded to go. Okay, there we go. And Blue says, this is my shot, baby. This is my chance. Yeah, let's go. Totally worth it. Petards cost 60 food and 20 gold, by the way. Yeah. So, not sure about that one, as Red is now on the way to the Imperial Age with a lot of resources. Blue says, you know what? We really need gold. We don't have much gold for some reason, so let's just take the main gold from Red. And Red is not going to be happy about that. And Red is going to just lure these villagers right over to the pikemen. And I think Blue senses that. So Blue says, I know what I need. I need a tower. Because that will protect me. And the pikemen are like, yeah, and Cavalier counter pikemen. Yeah, no. There's no way that's going to work. The score is about to switch. If that matters to you, score is normally an indicator of how a game goes. The score is about to switch. And despite all the army thrown, Blue is leading in the KD because of the destruction earlier, and that will continue because the Cavalier come in, though I think they should attack the Vills instead of the TC, unless Red's distracted. Nope, Red rings the town bell. And Red's whole strategy is, I'll just split up. I'll have a TC here, I'll have a TC here. Good time to town center the main gold. And Blue is going to drop a tower here. You know what I so desperately want right now? Is I want to get into a call with Christian. And before he does something, I just want him to explain his reasoning. And that is not because I don't think he'll have a reasoning. I'm just really curious how his mind works. And I mean that in a good way. From an entertainment standpoint, I just want to hear it. And Blue resigns. Blue resigns when Red hits Imp. Oh my goodness. I don't know if like there's a wicked witch that's watching or casting a spell over games. But for those that don't know, every single game today, the red player has won. This is 6 straight hours. The red player has won. And the goth player had no business winning this game. No business. And so now I'm going to look like a complete jerk anytime I say someone shouldn't resign because this game was over. And I was fast forwarding because I thought it would be a waste of our time and that Red was griefing. I thought it was bad manners and that he should just quit. What in the world was that game? And truthfully, at this point, it is game over. Because Red could get upgrades, right? Get an additional upgrade, can get Halberdier. Red also has 1 relic. Red has gold. Blue doesn't have gold. This is game over. My guess is Blue, every single game, just tries to kill people with Cavalier. But your average player resigns when they lose their entire eco. And G does not. G fought on at that position. Oh my god. Blue collected more food, more gold, and more stone, and he's probably like, oh, freaking goths are so OP. He doesn't look at the fact that maybe he shouldn't have streamed Cavalier into Pikeman. But that maybe he should have just stopped Red from expanding. He's just like, nope, goths OP. I hate that Civ. Whew. Now, just to be a little bit more constructive here, I'll say 2 things. First, I have a lot to... I don't know how many things I'm going to say because I have a lot of things to say. So, first off, Red is a god. A god who has more fight in him than any other 600 Elo player. I know some people will play on for a while, but I don't think those people actually will get wins. And somehow he made that happen. I don't know if he made crossbows and skirmishers to bait Blue into a false sense of security, but certainly felt like it. The other thing is, I think Blue's stubbornness is something that he's probably okay with. Like, losing isn't fun, I know, but like some players just want to play one game one way and they don't want to switch out of it. Blue could have so easily just switched into another unit or mixed in something else and just or not make Petards. And I think it was so obvious that Blue probably just did all this for fun, you know? And fun is okay. Even if it means you lose, fun is okay. But holy cow. Yeah, let's look at the stats again. I actually want to see the population difference at this point. If we can go back, what time is that? 48 minutes. 48 minutes. 40 pop versus 90. I mean, it's not the biggest population difference at that point. But still, man. I mean, this is what was around the map. How on earth does Red survive from this point? It was his stubbornness. Because actually, this is a really important point to go back to. Because, pause. Thank you. This army was here to kill this, okay? And there's no defense here. So, 100% this eco's dead. And that would finish off the game. Because he's got 13 vills. So, like, half of his vills are over here and a TC. But what happened was, these Cav, watch where they go. After this TC is kept alive, they go to the other side of the map. And so that is what ends up giving Red the time to keep this eco alive and eventually mass the barracks there. Sick. And apparently Red plays this way every single time. So I don't know if I want to look at more games or if I want to stay as far away as humanly possible. But the entire base, people, the entire base was cleared and wrecked. And somehow the victory was still possible. That is why people love Low Elo Legends. And that is why people hate Low Elo Legends. With no in between.